Inshallah, guys, this is a video primarily on the stock selection, stock picking up. You just started in a market. Best bet still would be the mutual fund, go via mutual fund, index mutual fund, debt mutual fund, and that's a safe way to start with. But if you're confident enough and you want to explore, how to buy the stock, which one to buy, and that's where the video, it's for you then. So if you go to any list for this side, cleaner, for example, you can go and see a list here. Then again, or you can go to skinny there and decide on, well, there are a lot of filters there, people have created. So to understand that, you need to have a bit of details on that. For example, someone has created growth stocks. You can go there, right? You can have a list. You may not understand everything, what is return of it, return page, current ratio. But yeah, so that way you need to understand all those pieces before deciding. For FII buying, these are already created. So these are stock where if FII are buying, if you really trust that FII buy, for the stock that it makes sense to, then of course you can choose this filter too. So that's the way to look at on a screener. Okay, but that won't help any of us, right? You pick a stock here that we is a good. For example, one of the best stock in the market would be Asian Paints. There are many though. But maybe Pidilite. Pick up Asian Paint and we go over that. At the moment, there's a market cap. What is market cap? It's the number of share and then into the current price. That's a market cap. So I'll quickly get into few important ones. Quickly see what happens. The next, any company will have asset and liability. So quick ratio, looking at 1 year horizon, the liability, all the asset that cash plus the cash, right? Does this company have enough cash to meet the liability in next 1 year? Yes, it has, because it is greater than 1. So whatever, as far as you go, the increasing side of 1, more healthy the company looks like. Okay? So this is one way to look at the company, which is fundamentally good. Say, okay, just validate with any other one. Let's say, for example, maybe that's one more good stock that people, okay. Again, 0.92, that's a quick ratio. So near to 1. So that's the way to look at the company. We'll also look at that, all this company. Current ratio. This is a quick ratio. Okay? The quick ratio is only for 90 days. Okay, and current ratio is for 1 year. So that's why it's less than. So in a way, how to explain the quick ratio? Quick ratio is only looking at 90 days. Okay, and then current ratio looks at 1 year. Apologies for just speak. Not looking at current and quick. So current is 1 year. So this is pretty fine. So current year, they have a healthy recipe, about 2 point Linde India. Great, right? So and then the interest coverage, whatever loans they have borrowed, money they have borrowed, they have that, right? How much they are getting, money they have from the net profit that they can cover it, how many times that. That's the interest coverage. And then you can look at sales growth in the last 10 years, 5 years, and compounded profit growth, the stock price move. 1 year is indicating, but you don't have to look at short if you're investing for long-term basis. That's fine. Return on equity, return on capital, you can always Google it and that. The promoter, holding in the company. Then as we can look at, so this one way, so one will be current ratio, then interest coverage, return on equity, return on asset is some whatever asset they have, as a company, with respect to that, how much return they are making. That's how. This number is a date, that last column is a date, and then you can see the value. This is the one way to look at fundamental. What is the second way to do that? You can always also look at, so now you identify a stock, right? But technically, it may not be the best time to buy, right? Well, why we should also look at technicals? So you understood, you identify a stock that is good and you want to buy. But is the right point of time? Because there are two moments. fundamentally everything is changing, right? Company is making good profit, growing. That way is excellent. But technically, it may be down. So what did technically? People are buying or selling that. Okay? For example, you identify a hidden gem, right? Though nobody knows. I mean, that's unlikely. But in case you find it out, the fundamentals are going, but the technicals people don't know the stock. The movement will be low, right? It could be here. Let's say no one knows, I mean, this level rather than this one. Now, more people know this stock. Wonderful stock. People are looking to buy. Technically, what you look at, it has reached a high. So you can go to charting. This is the horizon you want to pick it. This is a weekly chart, and you can have daily, monthly. I normally look at for long term, monthly and weekly. Okay. So monthly chart for if you're really interested in technical, and then you need to understand a bit of candlestick and pattern, all those formation. This form here. There's a double top, double top, triple top. There's a lot of things, this is a candle high level. So I'll just hover here, and what had happened. So 2001, 1st of December, the stock reached 2746. Then slowly it moves. And this is the stock. That's one of the signal, right? This signal, the normally indicate, whether it's from if it's uptrend, then it signals more of a reversal sort of. This one. Similarly, they something the same sort in a downturn, like maybe not exactly as such, something like this one maybe. This point is very good. Look at this plus sign. The buyer and seller, may more of a 50-50% ratio. So people are buying to an extent. People are also selling. So the stock started at how do we read the candlestick? People started buying it's a monthly chart at this level. Slowly it moved to this rate. Okay? Have to see that. So what has happened? People buy in this one, in this candlestick. So started buying, but eventually sellers pushed them, and eventually no agreement. So price, whatever the open price, nearly the close price, nearly with a certain close to that entity. So it is open on to 200, and then gone up. It also went down. Okay, so seller pushed them down, the buyer pushed them up, and eventually nobody wins the game on that given month. I'll say month because I'm looking at a monthly chart. You can have a day, and similarly. Again, coming to that on a high level, so look at that. It's very, you're buying for long term and one or two quantities, it makes sense. But if you're buying in a bulk, then look at this. So you don't want to buy here, right? If you buy at 3565, you lose, a significant chunk, right? Now, look at this now. Look at, for some reason, the stock is here, 2680. There is a reason behind, right? What is it called? It's support, right? So you have to figure it out. Support, resistance, technically. So you want to be, in a way, of course, you can't time the market, but you look at fundamental and then technical to make a better decision. Yeah? Hope this was useful, and thank you for being here.